In the insurance industry, empowerment through education is not just beneficial, it's essential. And you've probably had a multitude of questions for an agent, expecting them to have all the answers so you can make a well-informed decision regarding coverage. And our next guest is here to show you the blueprint to take those matters into your own hands. Good morning, Scheavosky McGawion. How are you, sir?
Well, sir, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. So this is a fascinating subject because, like I just alluded to, you would expect agents, people who represent insurance companies, to have all the answers, but you want to empower people. So how can simple education about various insurance products transform someone's financial future?
Again, thanks for having me. Merry Christmas. Here at McGowan Insurance Pros, we take the heart of an educator. When we deal with clients and meet with them to really understand the portfolio. We don't lead with products, that's not our thing. We don't lead with sales. We really try to build a relationship around the client and their goals. Once we understand that, then we can recommend products, to put in place to help create safety nets for our clients. But for sure, we definitely try to make sure we lead with education. Because if we can empower them through knowledge, maybe what we impart upon them, they can, also, impart to others.
Yeah, with your experience, what are some common misconceptions about insurance products that you often encounter?
Well, one, that you have to die, in order to exercise some of the benefits or all of the benefits when it comes to life products. And that's just not the case. I mean, you have products that have living benefits, such as terminal illness benefits, of the sort, So there are, again, things called, like chronic illness benefits. There's ways that you can tap into your life insurance and use those as living benefits. So the main misconception is I have to die in order to exercise the product. One other thing I'll mention there is, there's products like term with return of premium. A lot of people don't know that, hey, if I don't die within the term, I can get a portion of my money back.
Yeah, it's good information. Also, in that vein, what steps can clients and viewers take to ensure they're making informed decisions about their insurance?
In this day and age, Google is, the premier source for information. My approach is to offer, as much concrete statistical data and research, that I can offer to the clients as far as educating them on what is out there, because not all the time when we go and we speak with clients, it's a matter of, hey, you need this or that. Sometimes you're well off on what you have, and for a person to exude that trust, to the client enough to say, hey, you're good with where you're at, that should speak volumes.
Yeah, I mean, clearly what you're doing is something unique and really building something with your clients. So in that vein, how does your focus on education help to build long-term trust with your clients?
Yeah, I mean, if if clients have grandchildren that enter the world, or kids that graduate college, or any life events, we've done enough research on their whole portfolio and their family to know. So we send something as simple as a happy birthday card, or congratulations on having a grandchild. Just stand in front of the client. It's more than just a sale. The clientele will then see that we're genuine in our approach, and we have the ability to be long lasting in our relationship. People want to make sure that you're there, especially during those major events.
Well, I appreciate your time this morning for educating our viewers, and happy holidays to you.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. To learn more about how his business can benefit you and empower your understanding on the intricacies of the insurance world, simply head to myinsuranceprofessional.com.